Hey guys, today we're going to learn the proper procedures on how to lease a property. A couple things to remember when you're leasing these properties. We don't want to show a property that doesn't have an application online, absolutely whatsoever, unless it's Section 8. We gotta have a little bit of info on these guys before we go and show them the property. Also, when you're scheduling the properties to be shown, you got to base them upon a schedule that can meet our time frames, not whenever they can get around to it. I mean, we have a job to do here too. We're here 9 to 5, sometimes a little later. We try to keep it in that time frame. Something else you need to remember: don't ever lease a property that a tenant has not been through. If they haven't seen the property, we don't even know if they even like the place. So we want to make sure that they walk through the property. And at the time that you're walking them through the property, we want to make sure that there's a list of any maintenance issues that need to be addressed. If they see a light bulb's out or a window's broke or something, we need to make a note of it at that time. We don't want them moving in and then a month later telling us, "Hey, this window's broken. It has been since we moved here." Uh, One of the things to help keep hearsay down, we're going to start recording our conversations with the tenants as we lease. You want to record it between the agent and the tenant in question in Evernote. Now you can download Evernote to your phone. Ain't a big thing. You pop it open and you can record into it like it's a regular recorder. Uh, and it should be labeled with the tenant's name and address, and should go something a little like this. Hi, my name's Today's date is September 4th, 2013. My name's Ron Winters. I'm the leasing agent, and your name is. At this time, you have them say their name. Ask them, hey, can I see your ID to verify that is who you're telling me you are. At this time, you want to stop your recording, save yourself a little airspace while you're looking at the ID and verifying. You want to make sure to copy this to the lease. After you hand them their ID back, you continue your recording. Hi, my name's Ron Winters, and the name on the ID is as regards to the property address, located in whatever town and state, street it is, and the street number. Furthermore referred to as 2013 South Main Street, city of Muncie, state of Indiana. If that's so be where it's at, in the country of the United States. The tenant's name that's accepting the property in its present condition. You say their name. They're saying that they're accepting the property in its present condition. If there's any maintenance issues at this time, you want to bring that up. And then as of this date, you got to make sure that you put in the date. So you want to say John Smith is accepting property in its present condition as of 9/4/2013, with the exception. Now, with the exception is if you have any maintenance issues. If you have any maintenance issues, then say, hey, I got a broken window in the bedroom. The water leaks in the bathroom. They need to have this addressed. And at that time, you say, on behalf of the owner, I've agreed to fix, whatever it is that's on there. Now, make sure that you have permission from the owner. We don't really we fix stuff on our properties, but there's a lot of little bitty stuff that some of the owners may not want to fix. Some of them do. You got to make sure that the owner agrees to it. So, on behalf of the owner, I've agreed to fix. And then at this time, you want to letter or number the approval sheet that turns out to be the punch list. Okay, and as you're going through the punch list, you want to record the punch list out loud, as it's going to be part of the recording. So you also want to state the date that the property was shown. Now, at this time, you've probably already said the date 2 or 3 times. You're going to say it 4 or 5 times in this, but we want to make sure that we have it all recorded. Also cite on the recorder the date that the lease starts, the date the lease ends, how much they paid down, how much their rent is due. How much the rent is on the due date, when the due date is. You also want to make sure that you read the terms of the lease out to the tenant at least twice, okay? And call the tenant by name every time you're talking to them. You don't want, hey, you, do you understand this? You want John Smith, or do you understand this lease? You want to make sure that you're calling out their name, so we have their name cited on there, that they themselves, are the ones that are agreeing to this. Um, if you ask them by name, if they understand the lease and they don't understand it, then go ahead and read it out again. Make sure your recorder's catching that you're reading it to them. And it'll stay, and also let them know that it'll stay the same unless it's otherwise stated or changed, and unless it's otherwise changed in writing by both the owner and the tenant. Otherwise, the lease that you're reading them then is the lease that they're getting. So you have them state yes or no. Like I said, if they say no, go ahead and reread it. If they say yes, then that concludes the lease citing. Go ahead and restate the address of the property, your name, in this case Ron Winters, how what the tenant's name is, what date it is. So we want to have all this stuff in the recording. So a quick run back, because I kind of spaced it a little bit. Quick run back: when you're scheduling the properties, always make sure it's within our time frame. Never show a property unless it's got an application online or it's Section 8. As you're going through the property, make sure you have a clipboard, piece of paper, your Evernote, anything to make notes of what needs fixed maintenance wise. And then during the lease signing, you want to make sure you're recording the whole thing. State your name, date, property address, tenant's name, what they agree to, whether or not it's in the condition they agree to, whether it needs stuff fixed. State the address. Then at the end, state how much they pay in rent, when they're due, when the leases started and ended, and state their name again, your name again. Just make sure that you're putting it in there 2 or 3 times, and you should be all right. And this concludes the training on leasing of a property.